I mean, basically, without giving anything away, basically it's about her character, Alyssa, who inherits a house after her grandfather dies under mysterious circumstances. And basically she goes there and has to unravel the mystery and find out what the evil is inside the house. And that's all I want to say without ruining it to people who get to see it at the festival. But there's a lot of turns and it goes in unexpected directions. So, but it's a scary movie.
Awesome. And are there any particular themes we should look out for besides girl power going on here, clearly, since it's a woman-led film?
There's girl power and mouse power.
That's intriguing. Can you give more about that?
No.
Okay.
So basically her character, Alyssa, she has a pet mouse, which actually is a pivotal part in the movie as well, who's also female. So it's a trio female with the female mouse. So.
That is so great, like animal happenings going on. And is there anything that inspired you to kind of do this film at all in terms of the horror genre, going to it?
Well, I'm the co-director with Laurence, my wife, and we've been doing horror films now for a while. It's our 5th horror feature. But this one in particular was inspired by this house that we bought like about 10 years ago, and a lot of weird things happened in the house, still happening, and that basically inspired the first act of the script, and then imagination took it from there and combined it with a couple of other real life events and kind of fused the idea, but it was inspired by the actual house that we shot the film in. So what happened there, yeah.
And what drew you to the project?
Well, I've had my own experiences similar to the ones that happened in the house, and I just thought that the role was really cool. I play Steph. I am her best friend, and I come to the house and I kind of help her deal with some of the dark things that are going on there.
And in terms of, with the horror genre right now, there's been a lot going on in the last year in terms of certain, films getting a little bit more mainstream recognition. Maybe it's always been happening. Is there any hopes in terms of a messaging coming out of your film or just the future of the genre in terms of where the film may, fit into?
Well, I think it's really exciting. I mean, horror's always been there. It kind of comes in little waves where people pay attention to it, but it's like always there, and there's so many subgenres to horror. And I think right now what's happening is people are kind of realizing like, oh, horror's a broad category. There's a lot of different types of horror movies, and that's exciting because a lot of times I think in the U.S., not overseas, but in the U.S., a lot of times people think of just one subgenre of horror when they think of horror, when really horror is covers a very wide genre of different types of films. And all of them kind of, horror is like science fiction, I think, in terms of it tends to comment directly or indirectly what's happening out in the world.